Oh my gosh, finally! I've been looking all over for you. I heard that you were asking around to see if anyone had some tips on how to work more efficiently as a UX designer. That is my Roman Empire. Do you have 5 minutes? Okay, awesome. Then I'm gonna give you some tips. First, just let me find a place that's a bit more comfortable to sit. Okay, so first things first. The number one area where we can save time is by maximizing the efficiency of our meetings. When I entered the workforce, I had no clue that you can put 12 super competent people in a room and end up leaving that meeting feeling more confused and with no action points and not having progressed at all. Why does this happen? Well, most likely it was because no one knew why they were actually there. No one knew like what the agenda was. Maybe there wasn't an agenda at all, and people didn't know what they were supposed to discuss. Maybe some people didn't even know if they should be there. We need to fix that. It can be tricky to maximize the efficiency of a meeting if you're not the one arranging it. However, if you are the one organizing it, then here are some simple tips. Always, always, always plan your meetings thoroughly. Here in Norway, we have something called the Høra. It basically just stands for purpose, desired result, and agenda. And these are basically just all the things that you should already have planned when you send out the meeting invite, so that people are aware of why you have called into this meeting, what is going to happen in this meeting, and like what the outcome of this meeting will be. Stay tuned for one of the next videos where I am actually going to show you a real life example of how this should be done, could be done. Okay, so moving to the next tip, take notes. Did you guys land a decision? Write it down. Did you guys find an action point? Write it down. Preferably you should be taking notes while collaborating with the others that are participating in the meeting, because this is a great way to find out if you are all actually aligned or if everyone is just sitting there like, that probably makes sense. You'll be surprised how easy it is to forget everything that was said in the meeting, and if it's not written down, then you guys will probably have to have a meeting again in 2 weeks' time just to talk about it all over again. Always make sure that the others know that the notes exist by sending it to them after the meeting. And now for the third tip, I guess, is don't be afraid to share your thoughts and your early VIPs. Now, this point is crucial and is honestly something that I have struggled a bit with previously. Maybe I've been reluctant to share my work because I think it looks like or maybe it's simply just because I've been struggling with a problem and I wanted to solve it myself. From my experience, not sharing early usually just slows down the process by a lot. Seeking input and feedback from an early stage can provide new perspectives that you didn't even think about, right? And it can make it more collaborative, and that is exactly what we want. So don't hold back, and if you don't have a forum to discuss these kinds of things, then create it. Just set up a weekly design review with your team or some of your fellow designers and developers, or simply just send a meeting invite to anyone you think might be a good fit, as long as the meeting invite has a good agenda. Okay, so another tip is to dictate what you tell someone based on what role they have. And I'm not talking about hiding something or not telling someone the truth or something like that, but not everyone needs to know everything, unless they ask. If your CEO comes up asking you something about the product, they most likely don't want to know about every single iteration that you have ever done or why you decided that a button should be on the right side instead of the left side. Sometimes giving too much details just confuses someone, so keep it short, keep it simple. And the last point that I have for you today is to set up focus time for yourself. Personally, my calendar has had its moments where I've been fully booked from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And meetings are great and all, but if I can't get any work done, then what was the point, right? I would recommend talking to your teammate to see if maybe you can schedule a meeting-free day. It might not always be feasible, but hey, at least you can try. Okay, so I think that is every tip that I have for you today. If you have any questions, comments, or thoughts, or any other tips that you would like to share, please leave them in the comments below. See you next time. Bye!